if you guys see a freaking mosca, I don't know why the heck it's here. What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm back at it again with a brand new video. You already know your girl is back. So before I start this video off, I just want to say I'm super sorry if I'm talking really low. It is currently 12 p.m. like in the night, so yeah, and it's a school night, so obviously everyone in my house is asleep and everyone has work tomorrow morning. So I'm trying not to talk as loud, but I did want to get this video done and over with because it's been very requested and I've been procrastinating on posting it. But you know what, I was like, I have to film tonight. I even drank some coffee so I could not fall asleep, and I'm up ready to film. So let's get right into the video. So guys, for today's video, I'm basically just going to be giving you guys some quinceañera tips, answering your guys' questions like that you guys have for me and all of that good stuff. If any of you guys are having an upcoming quince, or if any of you guys are just curious on, like, you know, what it's like to have a quince, or like little tips here and there, I'm going to try my best. Just to let you guys know, my 15 was on February 29th of 2020. So it was about 6 months ago, I think. 6. I'm not really sure. I can't really do math. But hold on, I have a moco. Okay, so the first question was, how long before should you start planning? Okay, so I feel like everyone has really different opinions on this, and everything that I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure some people are gonna disagree, some people are going to agree. But personally, my mom started planning everything really early. She started like a year and a half-ish. Yeah, we got the church like a year and a couple of months before. We got the venue a year before as well. We got a lot of things planned a year before, just so we wouldn't have to stress about it last minute and everything. So personally, like from my experience, I would say a year before, you know, like around there, just so you won't be as stressed and like do everything last minute. And my dress, I think I got my dress like a year and a half before. No, like a year. I'm not really sure, but my dress did take a couple of months to arrive. So that's why you gotta be smart with what you're going to do. Somebody asked, what is your opinion on making your boyfriend your main chambelán? Okay, first of all, I'm gonna just be real. I would not do that. Like, I never had that in mind either. Personally, I know a lot of people are different, but I would not want to have my boyfriend or my significant other as a main chambelán, just because you never know, like things can go down south and like you're gonna have that memory there and you're just gonna be like, I really had this mocoso in my 15. So to be on the safe side, I really don't recommend even having them as a chambelán, not a main chambelán, nothing. You know, I feel like it's a really special day, and if something ever goes wrong with you guys, you're gonna think back at that day, look at the pictures and everything, and then it's just gonna hit different and you're gonna get really sad, and it's just really not worth it. So I don't recommend that, honestly. Next question was about how much are quince dresses. Okay, so I'm not really good on this one because dresses can literally like vary from their prices. Literally, some dresses are like from 500 all the way to like 5,000, 4,000. I've know like a lot of people that get expensive ass dresses, so I can't really answer that. But I feel like a good amount to pay like for a dress is probably like 1K ish, 2K ish. I think my dress was like 1K. I think, I'm not really sure, so don't like come at me for that, but I'm not really sure how much my dress was, but I feel like it should like vary from there. But I'm not really like 100% sure on how much my dress was. Next question, would you have changed anything about your quince? I get this question asked a lot, honestly, and I feel like I wouldn't change anything. Like, there's nothing really that I would change. I feel like it all went pretty smooth besides when I fell, but I feel like I wouldn't change that. Like, I don't know, I feel like it was obviously like, oh my god, like she fell, but it wasn't like, oh my god, like does this, you know, like I don't know, I feel like it just happened for a reason, and there's always going to be something that goes wrong, and that was like the only thing that went wrong, you know. So I feel like it wasn't really as bad. Like, it could have been way worse. I could have fucking broke my freaking foot, but luckily everything went well. Next question was, how much extra time should we give ourselves to get ready the day of? Okay, I'm kind of iffy on this one. Not really like sure how to respond to that one because, you know, as I said, everyone is different, how much time you take and everything. personally, me, I woke up at 5ish in the morning, I think, to do my own eyebrows, because I do my own eyebrows. I never let no one touch my eyebrows at all. Like, I have to fill them in. Like, I don't feel like, I don't feel comfortable with people doing my eyebrows, even though the girl that did my makeup, 10 out of 10. Like, I love how she does makeup, I love how she does eyebrows and everything, but like with me, I just have to do my own, like, no matter who does it. So I woke up around 5 in the morning, did my eyebrows. She got here around 7, I think, and she took a while doing my makeup, because like obviously it takes really long doing my makeup. Oh, and I also got my hair done, I forgot about that. So yeah, I woke up like around 5 in the morning, and I think my misa was around 12. But honestly, wake up as early as you can. Like, if your misa's at 1, wake up at 5 in the morning, girl. Like, I don't know, I feel like you just have to be so prepared. The next question was, how many months should we start practice before the big day? I started practice in October, literally yesterday. October 1st. Yeah, October 1st was literally the first day that I started practice. Wait, was yesterday October 1st? I say like around 5 or 4 months in advance. That's what my choreographer said for me. We hit him up like a couple of months before, and he told us, he's like, oh, we can like get started already. And I was like, say less. I feel like 5 months before, like 4, depending on your court. Most of my guys could dance. Well, they all could dance. They were all in 15s besides, oh no, never mind, 3 of them were in 15s, and then the other ones, they have never been in a 15, but they got it down really easily. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like I recommend like 5 months in advance, 4 months. It varies, to be honest. I feel like the longest can be like 7, 6, but that's kind of like too much time ahead, because like, I don't know, kind of iffy about that. But personally, mine was like around 4ish or 5 months in advance. Next question said, how to not be nervous. This is tough. Like I said, all these questions are really difficult because everyone is really different. So like, you know, obviously everyone feels really different the day of. Everything goes different for everyone. But honestly, just like think of yourself like if you're like in a movie. Like, it's just people are there. I know the whole attention is on you, but it's your day. Don't be shy. Greet everyone. Like, just pretend the word nervous does not exist. I know some people do get anxiety. Trust me, I got so much anxiety the day of mine, but I kept my cool. I was breathing in, breathing out. I had like my chambelanes there with me the entire time, my friends, like everything was pretty good. Do you think it's worth it having a small quince with a small budget? I think that's perfectly fine. It does not matter if you have a big budget for your 15, if you have a small budget, medium budget, whatever type of budget you have. As long as you're having your party and you're happy with it, girl, there is nothing to worry about. Do not worry about how much money it is, if it's a little bit of money, a lot of money, or however your parents deal with all of that. I feel like that all just depends on you guys, but personally, I do not think it matters. If you want to have a small quinceañera, girl, go ahead, have a small quinceañera. If you literally want to have a quinceañera inside of your room, shake some ass in your room, girl, shake some ass in your room. It does not matter. As long as you're having your special day and you feel happy about it, nothing else matters. What other people say does not matter at all. It does not matter how much money you spend. Okay, somebody asked, is it hard to do your vals with your dress on? Kind of, not really. Okay, at times, like I said, if your dress is really heavy, then obviously it's gonna be really hard. Or if your crinolina, whatever the frick you call it, is really heavy or is like poking you or whatever, then obviously it's gonna be really uncomfortable. But personally, for me, it was a little difficult, not as difficult, but it was kind of because they had to tie it, since my dress was like kind of like freaking too big, so they had to pin it. And then my crinolina was bugging me so much, and then my freaking chambelán stepped on the back of my dress and we fell. So yeah, it was pretty difficult, but we got over it. We got it done, period. As soon as I finished the waltz, dude, I literally walked into the changing room and freaking took off that dress, and I never put it back on because that shit was so uncomfortable. The glitter on the dress literally went on my butt crack. Like, my butt crack was itching, my freaking armpits were itching, everything was itching because the glitter is so uncomfortable, guys. Like, literally the next day when I laid down, I woke up with like glitter on my ears, my freaking nostrils, my garganta. Like, it was so uncomfortable. Okay, somebody asked, do you think it's easier with damas and chambelanes or just chambelanes? For me, I did not want that mask. I feel like it's way easier with chambelanes because you just like get over with the guys and you don't have to keep like repeating it with the girls and then the guys again. I don't know. I can't really speak on that though because I never experienced having girls, but personally I feel like having guys was so easy for me. Like there was times where I did get hard here and there, but for most of the part like my guys really cooperated with me. Like obviously there were some disagreements here and there, but like I said, most of the time like it went really smooth and I like enjoyed most of it. So I recommend just having guys, but that's just my opinion. Everyone's different. Some girls just like having girls, some like having both, so I don't really know. Somebody asked, how did you go to the bathroom in the dress? Actually, surprisingly, I did not take a shit that day or pee. I did pee like before I put my dress on, but I didn't feel like peeing or taking a shit while I had my dress on. That's crazy. And I didn't even pee the entire day after that with my regular clothes on because I changed into like my surprise clothes and I stayed with that outfit the entire night. But I didn't like freaking, I didn't have to go pee or nothing. I literally just noticed that. I feel like it's because I didn't eat a lot and I didn't drink a lot of liquids. That's why. Or maybe it's just because I just didn't feel like it. Okay, next question was, how did you get your chambelanes to agree to be in your 15? I get this question asked a lot actually, and it's really easy. I feel like people think it's super hard, but I feel like for me, well, like I said, everyone's different, but for me it was really easy because I really like, I'm outgoing. Like I really don't care. Like if I have something to ask, like I'll ask it. I literally just texted them. I was like, oh, like would you be down to be in my 15? They were like, yeah, I'm down. And I like through FaceTime, I asked one of them, I was like, oh, like would you be down to be in my 15? They were like, oh yeah, bet, I'm down. The next question was, did you ever get shy at some point having to dance in front of everyone? Yes, it was really like nerve-wracking. Like I did get shy, but I couldn't really do nothing about it, girl. Like it's your day, you have to get it over with. Trust me, when you're in the moment, you're gonna be like, because I forgot my waltz in the moment. In the beginning of the waltz, it was all made up. You guys don't know this, but me and my choreographer and my boys know that I didn't understand the first part. Like I knew it, but in the moment I forgot all about it. My mind went blank. Like my mind went blank and I just went along with whatever I was doing in the beginning. Like for the entrance, yeah, that wasn't planned. Like I was supposed to do different stuff and I didn't do none of the stuff that my choreographer told me to do. Like I made shit up in my head because I forgot everything. But yeah, you are gonna get really shy, you're gonna get really nervous, but you just have to like think it's my day. Like they're watching me, they're still gonna hype me up if I mess up, if I don't. Just have that mindset that everything's gonna be Gucci and the coochie. Tips on the surprise dance, like if I were to mess up, how would I make it look like I didn't? I feel like this is really easy. Sorry if I keep touching my hair, guys, because like it looks weird, but I feel like this is really easy. Okay, think of it this way: no one in the audience knows how your dances look. So you and your choreographer, if you have one, or your guys or girls, whoever, your core, are the only ones who are going to know that you messed up. And just like go along with it. Like if you mess up, keep going on to the next move. Don't be like, oh fuck. Because during practice, I would mess up. I would be like, fuck. Oh my god, I messed up. Like I would call myself out. But the day of, when I messed up, I just didn't say nothing. I just kept it going and I was like, whatever, like it is what it is. You just have to keep it going. Like you messed up, your mind's gonna go blank. You're gonna be like, but you just have to keep going. Just improvise, to be honest. Just like fake it till you make it. That's literally all you have to do. I recommend having two crinolinas or just one. I personally used two so my dress could look like big since my dress was really big, but it all depends on how your dress style is or how you want your dress to look. It was really uncomfortable having two, to be honest. It was super uncomfortable, but girl, my dress looked good with two, so two crinolinas it was. What is the most stressful thing in planning your quince? Like I said, guys, I feel like my quince planning was not a big deal for me. It was not stressful at all because my mom planned ahead and like my mom is really organized and really like on point with everything. I feel like getting my dances down, because I would stress myself out. My practices were pretty stressful sometimes, like because of me, because I was so hard on myself. I was really self-conscious. Like I would like get really like shy, like not shy, but like I just was self-conscious, like because I didn't know how to dance in the beginning. Well, I still don't, but my choreographer taught me and everything, and he like it gave me hella confidence, dude. And my chambelanes gave me confidence too. Like they would hype me up and they'd be like, you see, you're doing it, that's right, this and that. So I feel like my choreographer and my court were honestly like the best when it came to that. Like they really like supported me when they knew I was really like self-conscious about dancing and everything. Somebody asked how was it with money. I feel like, well, it was kind of like different. It was from like both parts, since obviously my parents are separated. My mom has always really been hardworking. She does not like asking for money from other people, of course. Like, this is just from my experience from my quinceañera, but my mom didn't ask for like um padrinos. Like, you know how some people are usually used to asking for padrinos for the cake, or padrinos for like the servilletas, padrinos for the cuchillos, padrinos for the platos, padrinos for the recuerdos, but for every little thing, yeah. I know some people do that, and I'm not judging anybody that does that, but personally, like my mom didn't want to do that, so we didn't do that. We only had padrinos for the main ceremony thing, and then obviously my family members that offered us to help out, then they helped out. So shout out to all my family members that helped us out from their own part. But from the most part, I feel like for money, my mom worked her ass off to get me my 15. She literally got another job so I could have my 15. And my dad, of course, my dad helped out a lot as well. My family that helped out from their own part, they were all together, all the ones that made my quinceañera possible. And I'm forever grateful for my quinceañera. I'm so happy that I had such a great quince. In my opinion, I loved my quince, my family loved my quince, and like I feel like that's all that matters. Any advice for how to deal with anxiety of your parents being divorced going to your quince? My parents have a really good bond. Like, they're divorced, they all have their own family. My mom has her relationship, and my dad is married, so they all have their own separate lives. They're doing their own thing, you know, but they have a good like bond because of me, of course, because like I'm their daughter, and they're supposed to remain a healthy, you know, friendship, relationship, bond, whatever you can call it when you're like divorced and stuff. They co-parent really good. So it wasn't awkward at all during my church, during my party. For my church, my parents sat right next to each other. I was sitting there, my padrinos were next to me. Everything was good, nothing was awkward at all. No one felt uncomfortable. My mom's significant other is 100% okay with my dad being there with my mom and me. He was there as well, but he was obviously sitting in the benches things. And then my dad's significant other was also comfortable, and she was 100% okay with my parents, you know, sitting next to each other, and obviously doing this whole quince for me because, like, you know, they're my parents regardless. So regardless of what anyone says, they're gonna be there and make it possible. Of course, they made it possible. So yeah, I feel like nothing was awkward at all. My parents get along really well. They've always had a good relationship. Like, since they've divorced, they've always co-parented really good with me. So there's really no complaints on that. Obviously it is different because one invites their part of the family, and then the other one invites the other part of the family, but they all got along good. There was no problems. The only thing was that my dad's side was sitting on one side, and then my mom's side was sitting on the other. But I feel like that wasn't bad at all. I feel like it was more better because everyone was comfortable around their own, like, you know, side from their family, and the other one from their side. But when they all got up to dance, everyone was dancing together, my mom's side with my dad's side. So overall, I feel like I'm like blessed enough to like have parents that co-parent really good, and my whole family gets along really well regardless. So yeah, I feel like I'm really blessed on that. So I don't know how to answer that because personally I don't deal with like, you know, struggling with my parents not getting along. But like, for those of you that do struggle with that, I feel like your parent, it all depends on your parents. Like, they have to grow up and mature and tell themselves it's their day, like it's our child's day. Put whatever they have to the side because it does not matter, because it's your special day. Then they just have to get that through your head. And for you, girl, don't even stress it. Or whoever's having your kids, like, don't even stress it. It's your day. Don't even worry about your parents. Oh, if they don't get along there, oh, this and that. Girl, don't even stress it. It'll all like work out and just come together. What was the most expensive thing about your quince? For me, the most expensive thing was the venue. The venue was really expensive. So yeah, that was the most expensive thing out of everything, literally everything. The venue made my parents' pockets hurt. Was a quince worth it, or would you get a car or trip somewhere better? For me, I feel like my quince was worth it. I'm really happy on how my quince turned out. I'm really happy that I have that memory to look back to. I'm happy that my family could look back to that and then be like, dang, like I'm just quinceañera, you know? So I feel like for me it was worth it. I did have the option, like I had different options actually instead of having a quince, but I chose a quince. So yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people are always like, oh, why didn't you get a car instead? Oh, why didn't you take a trip? Like I said right there. But personally, me, I want to get my own car, like on my own. Like obviously it would be so amazing if my parents got me the car, if I didn't get a quince. But I feel like I want to work for my car. Like not trying to hate on nobody that got gifted a car. Guys, props to you. Like for real, props to you guys. But I just want to work for my own car, you know? Like, I want to have that feeling like, oh, I bought it, you know? Like, have that feeling, que yo me lo gané. How many times did you practice in a week? So, in the beginning, I started practicing 2 times a week. Yeah, it was like 2, 3, no. Yeah, it was like 2 times a week. Yeah, I started practicing 2 times a week. And then as the date got closer, I started practicing 3 times, sometimes 4 times. It was random. How can you tell the boys to listen? This question is hella funny because my guys would literally like always play around, but they would be really serious when we had to be serious. Like we were all hella funny, but we would still pay attention. So like I said, it's different because some guys are really childish, some guys are really quiet, some guys are really loud, everyone's so different, you know? But I feel like for the most part, just be like, hey bro, like pay attention. Or sometimes the guys would also tell my other guys, like they would tell each other like, hey, pay attention. If I didn't say nothing, they would be like, oh, pay attention, or like, hey bro, this and that, you know? So I feel like it just all depends on your guys and how you are as well. Like how you get along with them also depends on how you talk to them and everything. Were you wearing heels on your date? If so, was it tiring? Fun fact, actually really sad fact, I did not wear heels. I bought heels. I was supposed to wear heels. I even practiced in heels. I didn't end up wearing my heels. I wore my loafers the entire day and I don't regret it at all because you couldn't even see them because of my dress. And then when I changed, they went with my outfit. Somebody asked, why did you pick the song Promises, or just because you like it? I just chose that song because the lyrics reminded me of my older brother. And since obviously he couldn't be there, I wanted to like feel like he was a part of my special day, you know? I wanted to make him like a part of it somehow. So for my entrance, I put the song Promises, and that's basically like just me singing, well not singing, but like dedicating it to him, you know, like saying like even though he's not here with me, like I just hope he's proud of me, and like I just hope that he sees like how good I'm doing, and like even though like it gets hard and I want him with me sometimes, like, you know, like it'll be okay, and then I'm just keep going forward like for him and moving forward in life for him. So yeah, that's why I chose that song, because it just like really has a deep meaning behind it and everything. How to talk to the guest even if you don't know them. One thing about me, like the day of my 15, literally my parents told me, they were like, thank you so much for being so respectful and kind to all of the guests, because like that was one thing about me on my 15. I was like smiling the whole time, I was saying hi to everyone, and I feel like that's what matters in your 15. To all my girls that are gonna have quinces, listen to this, please listen to this. Do not be an amargada that day. Don't mug anyone. Don't be like, oh my god, girl. Keep your negative thoughts to yourself. Don't talk your shit that day. Leave the negative thoughts, the talking shit, the chismoseando, the chismes, everything. Leave that to the recalentado. The day of, don't judge anything. Let it be. when people walk in, when you see people, say hi to them. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muchas gracias por venir. That's literally what I would say to everyone. And it's like, out of respect, you have to talk to them, greet them, like thank them for coming to your special day. That's literally what I did to everyone, because I feel like that's what's supposed to be done. You're supposed to communicate with them, even if you don't know them. They came to your 15, they know your parents, they know sutano, vengano, whatever, you know. You just have to be really respectful. Don't be an amargada that day. It is not worth it. Don't have a mean muggy face. Smile. If you don't like your smile, smile. No, like, you know, whatever makes you comfortable. But personally, I feel like the whole 15 depends on you and your attitude, your personality, and how you put yourself out there. If you're all shy and like quiet, like así, calladita, bugging everyone, judging everything, girl, your 15's not gonna go good. I'm so sorry, but I'm just being real with you guys. A quinceañera that's literally like this the whole time. Hola, hola, dancing, all serious, girl. No, that does not look cute. Show some personality. Put yourself out there. I know people get shy. I know people get anxiety around a lot of people. But that day, you just have to forget about all of it. You have to let it go, guys. Please listen to me when I tell you, the way you act, your attitude, and everything, your facial features, or facial, when you smile, whatever the heck that you call it, that all literally depends on how you're, like, your 15 all depends on your attitude, your gratitude, whatever the heck you call it. I saved that question for last because that is the most important thing of a quince. I hope this answered some of your guys' questions. I try to answer most of them. Guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time that I post a brand new video. And remember to always stay positive, because we do not need no negativity up in this bitch. And also to all my homegirls that got their quinceañera postponed or canceled because of corona, I'm so sorry, guys. You guys literally deserve the world. I would not know how to freaking cope with that if mine got canceled. Shout out to y'all for being strong and having the patience. Just know it'll all be worth it when your day comes. Stay up, stay positive, stay blessed, never stressed, period.